Yo, welcome everyone to a brand new video, and today it's time for the first race on the new game F123. This is a social race around Kota, and it's organized by Psgl.
Imagine being the only driver.
Thanks to them for letting me race.
You're special.
As you can see,
no doubt.
This is not a normal car. This is not like Aston Martin or whatever. That's because there has been some things going on. Apparently there was different tire wear between every car. So a Red Bull would have less tire wear than a Ferrari, for example. But that's not the case with these cars. So that's why we are racing in these today. And yeah, I thought let's make it a car everyone would recognize, everyone would know that's me. You can see in the bottom left all the dots are either yellow, orange, white or black, and there's one pink or purple, whatever you like, and that's me. But this is our banker lap, and don't worry, but this is also the fastest lap we're doing today. And you will find out why that's why this is my fastest lap. So first sector, 0.86, which is pretty good for a banker lap. Now fourth gear and keep it in fourth. Obviously on the new game you can use lower gears and still have good traction. Third gear for this corner. To be honest, I don't have a lot of time in the game yet in terms of sweating and practicing. The most amount of time is with open lobbies and streaming. So I didn't expect a lot from this race, as my quali PB in practice was half a second of most guys. But as you can see in the top right, well, couple seconds before, we had a 0.61 split, and that's my PB for what I've ever done around here. So it seems like this lap could be pretty good. Now fifth gear for this corner, missed the apex there, and now only one corner to go. Third gear, which we took pretty nice there, crossed the line.
That's my PB though. That's my PB. I just PB'd on my banker lap in the actual session.
So yeah, that happened, and then our second lap we validated, as you can see in the top right, only 6 minutes remaining. But now this is why we have only done.
Are you sure it works, guys?
Not 100% sure because it's a new game, but last games it did.
Did you get like an extra set of tires?
No, the tire were just reset.
Let me cook.
So, that is said,
just gonna try. Yeah.
You know, for code master.
If you leave and rejoin, you get fresh set of softs. And as we picked balanced, we won't have a fresh set of softs. So we decided to leave the session and try to rejoin and then do our final lap. But as you can see, in the next couple of seconds,
I can't take control, guys.
Ah.
You absolute melon. What is this?
Have you pressed over tire?
No!
Oh my lord.
No, if you retire then you're done.
So, I could not take my car back. But as you can see, we still managed to get P7 with just our banker lap. So we went for a pretty big gamble, I would say. We want to use the softs in the race, and if we used 3 sets of softs, then we had only used soft tires. So we went for it, but it did not work. Still P7, so that's fine. But yeah, let's get into the race. Baby dunk.
Oh, I don't trust it. I think everyone is on mediums.
Good luck.
Cheers.
So there we are then at the start of the race. We're gonna start on the soft tires, and then it's the plan to pit to the mediums. So now lights are going on. Cars ahead of me are on mediums, 5 red lights, and away we go. And obviously, because of the soft tires, we have a pretty good start there. And now we're gonna go in the middle here, but there's contact between cars, so we have to be careful. A lot of touching there, but now we do have P5, so we've gained 2 positions already, which is pretty nice. But now then, yellow flag,
Virtual.
and there's a VSC, and also Flores with a 5 seconds,
Floor's got 5
as
seconds.
he had an illegal overtake.
He'll serve that in the pits.
Yep.
So the P5, pretty good, but as we are on the softs and cars ahead of me are mediums, we need to make moves as soon as possible, as my tires will drop more than their tires. So my advantage will be at the start of the stint, and that's why we are gonna send it, as we take our first warning already lap 2, so that's not ideal. But now Flores going up the inside, he doesn't defend luckily, and we can just make it easy. Why I did not wait for this long straight, I don't know, just felt like I could just get past there. Luckily didn't try to make a move back or anything, so that's good. And now we're right behind Louis Welch, the pet master. Gonna use our ERS, felt like he was using a bit as well, but we're gonna go up the inside, and same like with Flores, he doesn't defend, so that helps us a lot. But as you can see, in P1 there's Max Wiesel, and he already has a 2.5 second gap to us, so he's pretty far away. And lap 3 already, yeah, softs, I just don't like these tires.
Nice one. Try to take care of your tires as much as you can.
So now the gap will drop a bit because of the DRS plus slipstream. But now in lap 7 we are down to 20% ERS, and the gap has gone down to 1.6 seconds. So we've gained a bit of time, but we couldn't manage to get into his DRS, unfortunately. So I expect Louis behind me to go for a move anytime soon, as I felt like my tires were not that good anymore. Felt like the mediums are almost better already. And so did a little wiggle there, trying to show him that he can get past and try and close the gap to Max. So we're lifting here right before the corner, so Louis can just take the normal racing line, and we won't lose any time with that.
You think you can hold this DRS for one more lap? Maybe a good thing.
Yeah, well, I'll be low on ERS though.
Yeah, it looks snappy.
As Thijs said there, if I can hold this DRS for one more lap, then he wants me to stay out. But I will be low on ERS, as I felt like I had to push already quite a bit to stay with them.
Mediums, right?
Yep.
So we decided to box, and now lap 12 we are gonna go onto the medium tires.
Okay, let's go now. Come on.
Let's do it.
Job from you and the crew there,
Cheers.
mate. We're delighted with that.
You can cut the
Pit
pit line.
strategy complete. See these tyres through to
As
the end
Thijs
now.
said there, you can cut the pit line, yeah. So yeah, I was like, say less. Oh good, and now we are in P7, and you can look, for example, with Mirko ahead of us on old hards, with 10 seconds ahead in lap 13, and then in lap 16 we are already right behind him. So that shows the difference in tire compounds and the amount of grip they have at the start and the amount of grip they lose at the end of their stint. But unfortunately we just about missed the DRS here on Mirko with I think 1/10 it was. So not ideal, but of course we will get past at some point. But we are fighting we're fighting for the winner, maybe just for podium. But yeah, losing around half a second here maybe can cost a lot towards the end of the race. So now you can see he just has less grip, so, and we are in slipstream, so that's why we're getting so close. You have to be very careful. We're just lining up here for a good exit, and now we're gonna get past. And Max Wiesel is also into the box, by the way, and we're just getting past him. He is the yellow dot that's now in the pit box, as you can see in the bottom left, and that shows how far ahead we are at this moment.
Did Max pit?
Yep.
So we are around, I think around 10 seconds ahead of him now.
Max 8 seconds behind.
Okay. As you could hear Thijs say there, Max around 8 seconds behind now in lap 18. So he has to gain around a second on average to get close to me at the end of the race.
Max's battery is on about 55%.
And now you can see Max in the top left
Have to
in
stay with him
P3.
if he gets past.
6.2 seconds. Then the next lap.
Won't be great at the end.
It's 3.9 seconds. So that shows how much faster his tires are at this stage. And now 2.4 seconds. So he's still gaining loads of time, and he's already almost in our DRS. And now 1.3 seconds. So he started to gain less and less time. And now on this lap you can see in the top left, here is the DRS detection point, and we managed to keep him out of that with maybe 300ths of a second. But then obviously in the next lap he is right behind us. But it's good to see that the guys in P3 are just very far away, as we make a big slide there, and Max is also in the DRS. So it's very likely for him to get past me now, as I expected him to push quite hard, make sure to get past me as soon as possible and then get a gap. But we are defending here quite aggressively with weaving a bit, as I just wanted him to stay behind me for as long as possible, because his tires will drop off more than mine. So the longer I can keep him behind me, the better it is for me at the end of the race. I knew he was going to get past me at some point, but I just had to be confident to be able to stick in his DRS whenever he would get past me. And the later it is, the better. So now the detection zone, and he's within 3/10 of a second, so he can stay very close, which means yeah, his tires are just very good. But now 3.5 tenths behind, and we're gonna go defensive again. He's not going in, he's not tugging in my slipstream, but he sends it down the inside there, so we give him just enough space, and he tapped us there on the inside. But we managed to stay ahead of him, and I think that was a crucial moment, as this first sector requires a lot of grip from the tires, and if he was ahead of me, he could get maybe a gap of 6-7 tenths already, then push his DRS and be gone. But now we are still ahead of him, but the next straight is very long, and I'm not gonna waste all my battery to keep him behind me again. So as you can see, we're not using any ERS, and now he's gonna get past us. So it's lap 24, only 4 laps remaining, and we just need to stay close to him if we can. But now in lap 25 the gap is 6 tenths, but he's pushing his ERS. The gap is now 7 tenths. So he started using his ERS now.
Okay.
And you can also see on this rate, you can see him pulling away. The gap was 7 tenths maybe. And now even with my DRS, ERS and a little bit of slipstream, the gap is 6.5 tenths, but he is flashing, as you can see, which means that he is below 10% of his ERS. And that was very good to see, because now on every straight we would gain time no matter what, as we are on 30% and he's around 10, and that's just a pretty big advantage, as ERS is quite powerful in this game. And yeah, he is just trying to pull a gap now, which is the smartest thing to do, because if he just saves his battery, my tires will be better at the end than his. So he's just trying to pull a gap and get me out of the DRS. But we are still on 20%, and I felt like he was quicker in the first part of this circuit, so I still wanted to use enough to be within around 7 tenths for right before the S section, as he was gaining quite a lot in this corner. As you can see, maybe 2 tenths. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If you know, let me know in the comments. But anyway, we managed to still stay in his DRS, and he is still flashing. And if you're flashing for this long and in almost every corner, that means that he is now probably around 3 or 2%, maybe on 0. So it's very good for us, but we are also pretty low on ERS, but the lap before, but now we've managed to get back to 30%. Obviously in DRS with slipstream you are saving a lot more ERS than driving in clean air. But now he makes a small mistake in turn 1, and that's good for us. Now we are within 1.5 tenths of him, which is pretty good. And you can see he doesn't really have any tire advantage now. So this corner will be very important, but he can do DRS games, but he doesn't. He just stays ahead of us, and this gave me quite a good feeling, as we are very close behind him now. We are within 3 tenths. We got the DRS, we got ERS, and we got the slipstream. So we're gonna pull to the right hand side and we're gonna weave to Max. No, that's toxic, sorry. But we're gonna get past him, and we take the first position back. And now you can see at the final couple of corners, you can see my face starting to relax, because right now you basically know already you're gonna win this race as long as you don't make any big mistakes. So now on the bottom right you can see me smiling here, as I was like, yeah, we did it. So that's P1 in our first race on F1 23.
That's too easy.
Oh, what? No way. Oh, how did we do that? What a strategy.
I hope that makes up for quali.
Imagine doing just a banker lap in quali, leaving the session and then winning. Oh, thanks guys.
So this race ends very well, and like I said,
not too bad.
This is our first race on F1 23.
I think it's pretty good.
And if you guys remember what I said in qualifying practice,
well. Yeah,
I was a couple tenths off in qualifying. And yeah, apparently in the race it went pretty well. As you can see, also it was just me and Max, and then there's a 7-second gap to the next driver. So I think we did a pretty good job today. Looks promising. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and then I'll catch you guys soon. Ciao.